Hi, I'm Ariel Caston.
And I'm Jonathan Strickland.
And together, we're going to tell you the stories behind some of the biggest triumphs and failures in business.
That's right. We're going to explore situations that tested the mettle of entrepreneurs, pivotal moments that required making tough decisions.
We'll be talking about some big companies that everybody knows, like Disney, Lego, and Harley Davidson.
And together, we try to answer the question, what do you do when you find yourself at the brink?
Listen and subscribe at Apple Podcasts or on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Open your hearts and loosen your butts. It's time for Couples Therapy.
Yeah, this podcast is Andy and Naomi's, where they can both laugh and hang with all their homies, talking excellent vacationing with brunches and cuddling, to messy situationships and conscious and coupling, from Netflix hookups to single them with some Hulu, text, sex, regrets, or feeling on your new jubu. They gon' talk about it, yeah, you are invited, needing therapy, I guarantee, baby, we got it.
It's couples therapy. Couples therapy.
Welcome to Couples Therapy. My name is Andy.
And my name is Naomi.
We are a real couple. We're a real couple of comedians. And this is our podcast where we play the best of the best clips from our live show, Couples Therapy, where we have stand-ups who are lovers and ex-lovers and best friends and siblings do sets together about their relationship. And also, my dear love, Naomi, you and I chat here in studio with each other and express our love for each other to the audience.
I'm sorry. I was just laughing because during the theme song, our dope ass theme song by Samus, you were dancing and it was so funny because it's almost like sitting in a chair while dancing is your best look because you don't work your middle much anyway. So it really lets your hands fly free.
Can't work my middle. I'm a white person and I was culturated to stand still and either nod my head or jump up and down the pogo. But I invented my own little dance where I move my hands at my wrists.
Wrist dancing for everyone.
Dancing is a low-risk white person activity. Hey, Naomi.
Yeah.
How you feeling today?
I am feeling good. I wanted to talk about, before we give y'all some great sets, about our weekend. I think we had a good moment, a moment this weekend that really brings us together as lovers. And that was us taking our cat to the vet.
Yes. We, our boy Squee, we got two boys, Squee and Prembly.
They're brothers. Prembly's obese. They're doing great.
Prembly is not obese so much as he is a muscular Joe.
Except you don't like when I say he's swole.
Well, yeah, you don't have to say he's swole. Look, if you look online, look up swole cat on Google, folks, okay? And it's a gross looking creep of a cat. It is a rapist cat. That's and I don't want you. How dare you call my boy Prem? How dare you call him swole?
I don't like the R word, but I will say swole cat does have a predatory vibe.
Thank you.
But cats are predators. So it's not like he's totally off.
Prem is just like he's got a little meat on him. He is, our old vet in New York said he has the build of a retired football player.
There is muscle under the fat.
He's refrigerator Prembly.
Yes, he's a true refrigerator. And when she said that, we were like, this woman gets it. She's a professional. But we took Squee to the vet, just, a little checkup. He's okay. But whenever we go to the vet, it really brings us together. Because going to the vet, we go there as a unit. We're filling out forms together. We're really co-parenting.
Yeah.
And
it's the closest we'll ever get to actual co-parenting. What I don't like about the vet is, I can convince myself, any other time I can convince myself that Squee is fine, right? But I can convince myself that he's always going to be fine. But the minute you go to a doctor, there's this immediate anxiety because they could find something wrong.
Right.
And
definitely.
It's the chipping away at this kind of delusion I built for myself.
Yeah.
That I and my loved ones will live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took him there. Here's now what helped me. This vet that we went to, Mohawk Alley in Silver Lake, we took Squee in and they're doing some blood tests on him. And they take him to the back and they're like, you can go in the waiting room. And they've got coffee and candy for you. Guys.
Andy is a toddler.
Well, I eat my feelings. You eat your feelings too.
Oh, certainly.
This is another thing that bonds the two of us.
Of course.
And immediately I was able to reduce my anxiety by chomping down on some Skittles, some Snickers, some Kit Kats. What a great idea. I've never been in a vet before that has offered candy.
And so now you feel seen and taken care of.
Yes.
In addition. Well, I could not stand, because our old vet, if they were taking blood or something, they would just do it in front of you. You know, they take out a fresh, clean needle and do what they had to do. And this one is like, we're going to take him in the back. And I said, where are you going? What are you doing? What can't I see? So I was super anxious that whole time we took him. I was like, our baby. But you know, we went through something like that, and we were both like, we're both on our emotional journeys. You're over there by all the Halloween fun-size candy. I'm sitting and just staring at other people's dogs and trying to get zen and pretend everything is fine. But then we brought him back home. You know, we're on the same team. We're sort of united in this and are like, we're taking care of our children. We will go to any lengths. You know, we're on the same page when it comes to cat care, making them live forever, if they're happy and not hurting. You know what I mean? We'll go hard.
Yeah.
So I always feel like, wow, like we're on the same side. If we were to decide to make a human baby, maybe we could.
Right. You know what? Like, you could have gone to the vet on your own. You didn't need me to go with you. But it felt like we should go together. It felt like you'll know that our relationship is in trouble when things like that, when one of us is just taking care of things like that.
Oh, completely. Especially because it was, you know, yeah, it didn't require two people, but I was really like, I think you should be here for this. It was our first vet in LA. This is big. We've got to decide if this is the person we're going to let into our family's lives forever. So we needed to be on the same page with that.
It emotionally required two people.
Emotionally required two people, definitely.
I think that's our relationship. Everything we do, going to the supermarket, killing ants, cleaning out the grout, emotionally requires two people.
Right.
It really,
physically requires you.
Physically
honestly.
requires one person.
You.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm not doing most of the manual labor in the house, but I support it being done. You know who are two people who are really into each other?
The first set on this episode?
You know it, baby. You know how I be going in them dope-ass segues. You guys, we really wanted to bring you this set from our first show at the Virgil here in LA.
Back in May.
It is Billy Wayne Davis and Aaron Dewey Lennox. They both have 3 names, and they're engaged.
Well, they are much like us, except we both have 2 names and are engaged.
God, I hope they don't get married before us. That's how I feel about anybody who's engaged. I'm like, could you not get married before me? Why does it matter? I don't know. But my point...
I think if they get engaged after us and married before we get married, that's where it's just like, how'd you do that?
I know. We'll figure it out one day. You guys, Billy Wayne Davis and Aaron Dewey Lennox are hilarious comics. Billy is a stand-up and writer who's appeared on Last Comic Standing, Conan, and WTF with Mark Maron. And Aaron has written for MTV, ESPN, and she has done stand-up all over the country. You guys, open your heart and loosen your butt. What did we say? For Aaron Dewey Lennox and Billy Wayne Davis.
Roll it!
Hey, hi, hello. How are you? We are lovers. We also just got engaged.
Shut up. Shut up.
Thank
All the
you.
girls are like, yay! The dudes are like, okay.
It is like the most, aside from stand-up comedy, it is the most desperate cry for attention. Do you like us? Come to our party.
I don't think it's the most desperate.
We get along so... One of the things that's great about our relationship is just like the pure connection and how we're always on the same page.
I don't think that's true.
So we obviously have a ton in common, first of all, thought process, first and foremost. But, you know, also we both, that's like what made us fall in love, right? Is things that we have in common. Like, this was the way I was going to start it. It's already really, I fucked it up. He was like, don't even try to think about what we're going to say. He was like, I'm funny. It'll be fine. That's what he actually said.
I did kind of say that. If I'm, yeah, because she's a planner, and I was like, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm just gonna
a
go.
Jew, okay? So we don't just do things. Anyway, we have a lot in common. A love of comedy.
I'm equally
a love of drinking.
impressed and disappointed. That's how I found out you were a Jew.
That would be wild
I
to
see
bring it to him
You know
now.
what? I see it.
It is okay. To be fair to him, it's
With
this
my
side.
accent, and everybody in here was like,
Hold
I
on.
don't, nuh-uh.
Hold on.
Don't do that,
But
joke.
guys,
Don't do that.
for real, right? This side, less Jewish. This
Don't
side,
do your act.
more Jewish. It's a real, it's my face. Fucking act.
That you have a pre-written bit
We have a
about.
lot of common. And
Pre-written bit
one of the
about your
things-
face.
it's a good bit, though. to
It
be
is
honest.
good, but that's not what this is.
Good.
We're here to talk shit about our mom.
That is what we are going to do. I was going to get to it a little more gracefully, but here we are.
But we're doing comedy and not ballet.
Um,
Thank you.
loving relationship. So we do both. We have moms that suck. Our moms suck. Clap your hands if your mom sucks.
She's not in here.
Some of you are lying.
You can just clap.
Some of you are lying.
If she isn't here, some of you are like, yeah, you.
Why'd you come with me?
You know it. But like, okay, I do want to make it like our mothers are good moms. Like when it comes to like mom shit, they're like fucking right there. But as far as the hang, it's like get the fuck out of here.
A lot. It's a lot.
It's so much.
First of all, let's start with their names because I feel like they say a lot. My mom's name is Diane.
Try to say Diane with a fucking positive attitude.
You can't. You can't do it.
Try it.
Oh, hi, Diane.
Nope, still sound like a smart ass. Like
Oh,
you don't
Diane's
mean
here.
that.
Great,
This
Diane's
is the only way
here.
you can say like, hey Diane. How you doing?
And
My mom's name is Storm. Yeah, I was in my 20s where I was like, that's fucking weird. You know, because it's like your mom. You're like, yeah, everybody's mom's name like a gladiator.
yeah. It also just like
in small town Tennessee.
it doesn't fit her. Yeah,
No,
she's
well,
from Middle
she's
Tennessee.
got a fucking temper, and she can be a big old bitch. So you're like, fucking.
Sure.
Here comes
No, like
Storm.
the word itself fits her, but you know, you think of a person named Storm, you think of like someone from like fucking San Francisco
Or someone that fucked our president.
Oh yeah. What a fun thing
That's
for your
fun.
mom now.
I think it's
gonna
a fun
be
thing for my dad more than my mom. I think my dad's like, yeah.
We both have very cool dads. Billy's
dad's-
dad,
Is dope.
yeah.
He's like a far-sighted Buddha, is what he is. He like thick glasses. Whatever.
He said this is the main thing he says constantly in his family. He's just easy, easy,
Yeah.
take it easy.
He's a high school, yeah. He's a high school football coach and teacher. So that's how he handled. And my grandfather he raised cattle. So just all parts of my father's life is like easy. And from the time he wakes up to feed the cattle, he's like, oh, easy. Easy. And then he goes and teaches kids. He's like, ooh. Easy now.
He did it to
easy."
me just the other day. We were at the Space Center, and there's like a capsule you can get in a flight simulator. Seems like a fun thing to do, right? We were in there with children, our own and his nephew, and then the door started to close. Okay, there's no windows. That's not something I can be okay with. And I jumped up. There's a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, and 2 senior citizens
like-
on either side of me. And I jumped up and was like, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. And his dad was like, easy, easy.
No, he was like, easy. And
It
she
is
was like,
soothing.
He's cool. My mom's not like that.
Yeah, your mom has the opposite effect on people. Both our mothers are just like so tightly wound. They're just it's like a jack in the box that no one will stop cranking. Like you're just like, let it pop. What the fuck? My God.
I didn't even put it back in. It just went back in on his own and then came back up and then went back in and then it's just doing it. I'm tired.
It's a lot. It's so much.
It's making me tired.
Okay,
I'll sum up my mother. Okay, I lived in Seattle for a while. They have a WNBA team there called the Seattle Storm.
What if I was what if I just was so pro that? That would be weird to do. Okay.
I like that most of you are like, I don't understand it because I don't either. I don't know why she chose to
just
clap
trying to get
by fucking
just
hitting
trying to get
the
a huge clap going.
sensitive end of the microphone. You're right to be like, that's a lot. Anyway, so the name of the team was the Seattle Storm. Of course, my mom was like, we gotta go. Right. What? Seattle? That's not your name.
Stop it. Oh, Billy Wayne.
That's good. That's creepy. I didn't like that. Like there's like part of my neck was like, get out of here. You can't just show up. But she came. I didn't go to the game because I didn't give a shit. Probably stayed at my apartment. Got
You
high.
sent her by herself?
No, her and Dad went.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, they
Someone's
came
like-
back and I was like, how was it? And Dad was like, that was a good game. My mom was like, oh. I was like, what? She's like, there was so many. And I was
She
like,
whispered it.
She did whisper. I remember
like,
going
it's not
like,
a
I
bad
remember
word.
saying like, you don't. It's with Seattle. You don't have to whisper that here.
It's also not a bad word.
It's not, and they prefer that word. What do you believe? And I was like, mm-hmm. And she was like, and there was just, I didn't think myself like having a problem with that, but they were just like so much making out with each other. And I was like, Mom, I didn't think I was homophobic, but I was like, okay, you're not homophobic. You don't like PDA. Like if it was straight people just making out. And she's like, oh no, I wouldn't like that either. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
And we went around and then
I was so worried I had hate in me.
and I feel like a story that encapsulates my mother very well is one time we drove from Tennessee with his family to North Carolina where my family lives. And my parents are divorced, obviously, because my dad's awesome. He knows what the fuck he's doing. But
my dad must have just done something terrible in another life. Or he's like, this is the Penta.
he's just riding it out. So we drove there, and the plan was my mother, for some reason, was going to the cotillion. Is that the right dance of?
I came from pores. I don't know.
My stepsister, so not even my mom's daughter, was having like the cotillion dance. Is that what it is? Or do parents go to that?
I like how she said, yeah.
It's
that's
like the
how it
thing
is.
where girls in the South are like, I can have sex now. Come and fuck me. You know what I'm talking about? And they wear white. Do you know what I'm saying?
Which
so
district
weird.
attorney would like to take my daughter?
It's that. For some reason, my mom had to go because she's just like so thirsty for parties. It's uncomfortable. She has to be everywhere that anyone else is. So she
And
was
she's
like,
not good at it.
no, she's not. So she was like, I won't be home because I've got to go to this cotillion dance for not my daughter. And I was like, okay. So we were like, cool. We'll have dinner with my dad while that's going on.
We're like,
because
we're going to have fun.
we'll have a good time while that's happening. And as soon as she found out, and I don't even think we told her. I fucking don't know how she found. I think she has a cop on a corner or something. I'm not sure. We were having a lovely dinner at a pizza establishment in Durham, North Carolina, with his parents and my father. And then my mom comes bursting in the door.
My first thought was like, I didn't realize it was her mom. My first thought was like, look at this crazy bitch.
She looked insane.
Oh, that's my mom.
She was also wearing my sophomore prom dress.
She's a little slutty in high school.
Yeah. Okay. It was like a I mean, we don't need to get into it.
It was a lot in high school. It would have been like, hey, sophomore,
in high school,
come
it would have been like, you need to relax. And now on a 6-year-old woman who didn't curl her hair, and so it's just like, she's Jewish, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. She didn't tame it. You see how this is? Like ringlets? She didn't do that. So it's just like a fucking insane person bursting in a prom dress from 1999. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't a good look for anybody now, let alone a 60-year-old woman. And she comes.
It didn't look right when it fit right.
Yes. And my stepfather just trailing behind her, like, I'm sorry, I tried.
Yeah, he's a biologist or a botanist at Duke, so
Whatever.
he's just chill as fuck, you know, because he just walks through the woods.
Yeah, like he's a PhD
that's a thing,
in
and
oak.
That's a stuff. It's a cool life. He's like, these acorns. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Where's the weed? And he's like,
to just show
cool.
you how unchill my mother is. She in retirement, she started working at Duke Gardens. Like, that's his thing. You know what I mean? Like, why? Mom, why? What are you doing? No one respects it.
I just need to tell him he's doing stuff wrong at work.
That's what she's going to do. She's going to tell a PhD how plants work.
I watched her argue with a GPS one time. Argue with it. I said, ma'am, no offense, but that's its only purpose.
And then her way was the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she blamed the GPS.
Because the satellite coming from space, I trusted it. But your mom's like, I know better. I was here 25 years ago.
All right, thank you very much.
What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life! As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Mm-hmm. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store.
Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Naomi.
Hey, Andy.
Hey, love.
What you doing, girl?
I was thinking, since this is an early episode, why don't we tell the audience how we met? How we courted? How we first started gazing into each other's eyes?
I love that. That will explain so much about who we are and how we got here.
Maybe talk about, we've been a couple. We've been together for 8 years. We've been engaged for 5 of them years.
5-year engagement.
We'll talk about that on a later episode. Why so long? Great segue. We can talk about, we first met at UCB. And, you know, the whole thing has been us getting together was what you might call a strange courtship.
I mean, strange, not like creepy or weird. I would just say it was circuitous.
A circuitous courtship.
It was
A
circuitous.
strange courtship, though, would be a great title for an indie film premiering at Sundance next year.
And it wouldn't be about romance at all. Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be called Strange Courtship,
Oh.
but it would be about like a basketball game.
Oh, I was gonna say it would be a court thriller plus a rom-com married to a court thriller.
So a legal romantic thriller.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
sexy pelican brief.
I always thought that movie should have been sexier, you know?
So we met at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York.
Yes, which I think,
Duh.
all ladies know that's where you go to meet an awkward brown-haired white man on the spectrum. You know what I mean? Or at least if he ain't on the spectrum, he's around the spectrum. He's walking along the edges of the spectrum.
Fresh off the spectrum.
Fresh off the spectrum. That's where I like to get him, y'all, okay? I am on the record. It has been televised. My commitment to a delicate man on the spectrum, honey, because no one will love you truer. If you can crack them, if you can get that eye contact. Once you get that eye contact, you got their heart, And you just got to be willing to take a journey. So UCB was really, in a way you could say my hunting grounds. That makes me sound like a predator. But my point being that is obviously a place where you would go to meet a gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about where I was. I was definitely in a very absurdist phase. Definitely tripping down the spectrum, the light spectrum, fantastic. Definitely, I was absurdist both emotionally and comedically.
You were also repressed.
Super, yeah. Gone to therapy. We can talk about that on a future episode. At the time, I had written a musical called Rockefeller Centaur with my writing partner at the time about a corporate overlord that keeps a magical centaur trapped in his basement. And there are a bunch of babies that are mutated by cell phones. There's a boxing match between a robot and the corporate overlord. So if that gives you, dear listener, if that gives you any kind of understanding of where I was, where my brain was at this time.
Right. It wasn't exactly the most open to love, I would say. I don't know. I mean, when we met, though, it was because we were put together just randomly. We were on a lottery show. So it was a one-time only thing. It's not like we had a whole, we weren't in a team. We weren't in a class. So we met pretty much. We had the practice and then we had the show. And that was our introduction to each other. And lucky for me, I guess, even though I wasn't planning at the time, I was really funny on that show.
Hell yeah.
That's how I got you. I don't do improv no more, but that was like my last hurrah. And I came out, okay? I had my braids. I was fresh from living in Australia. So I was like cultivating a mystique and aura.
Yeah.
I was so excited to be around not racist for a little bit.
You ticked off the two boxes, which were cute and funny.
Thank you
in my brain.
so much.
You're welcome. And I was trying to think. I'm like, that was before you had a class with like, it was you and 14 white dudes, right?
Yes. That was right before.
So that was before you're just like, I'm done with this.
Exactly.
I'm done with improv. 14 white dudes and me.
I mean, again, my hunting grounds. But at that point, I'd even gotten tired of it. I was like, oh, you know what you're going to get.
Wasn't every scene just about everyone jerking off or something? Yeah. So, okay. So we meet at the show. Naomi impresses me.
I wasn't doing it on purpose, y'all. You know it's when you don't care about them. That's when they come sniffing around you. They just, sniffing is the word I used, and I stand by it.
I think I'm a gentleman. I don't think there was any sniffing going on.
No, God, no. In fact, there was no sign you were interested in me at all.
Well, yeah, because I was repressed. No, but okay. So you then we were Facebook friends after that, as one is wont to do in these improv classes. You Facebook friend everyone, and you wrote a post like a month later, maybe, that was like, "Hey, I lost my cell phone. If you have my number, send me yours." And I was like, I'm gonna be bold for once in my life. I've lived this milquetoast life where I don't take chances, and especially chances on love. I've made a lot of safe choices in the past. So I was like, I'll message her and I'll send her my phone number and say we should hang out.
Yeah. And so you send me a Facebook message, say we should hang out. But I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't think that was anything. On one hand, I was like, okay, this guy, I was like, this is a little something. But I was like, there's no way he could be interested in me. Because, y'all, okay, this is like before. Okay, remember, this is what, 2009?
Yeah.
This is before the phrase sliding into the DMs.
I was a pioneer of the slide. I was the Oregon Trail. I was the direct message Oregon Trail.
Okay, no, girl, you almost got dysentery. Okay, because I was not feeling it. I was like, Facebook at the time was for friends. It was like for college randos. It wasn't for like dating. Plus, okay, it wasn't just you gave me your number. You were like, let's go get milkshakes.
Mm-hmm. And
It's not a date thing, okay? It's cute, don't get me wrong, but after dating in New York, you know what I'm saying, where the lines were always like blurred and it was always like, let's hang out. And then next thing you know, you'd be like at somebody's apartment with 12 other people and be like, that's not what I thought this was supposed to be. I was like, I need answers, okay? I want you coming in my door 1950 style asking for my hand, you know? I want you to come up on me and be like, okay, I would like to ask you out in hopes of winning your heart and getting to know you better.
you wanted a corsage. You wanted
Yes!
prom.
Bitch, dowry, okay? I want you to lay it on thick and direct.
You wanted my parents to get in touch with your mom.
Exactly.
And then be like, I will give you 3 sheep if you will let my son take out your daughter.
I wanted 1950s realness without the Jim Crow, okay? That's what I was looking for in a relationship.
Well, look, here's the thing. I don't drink. I enjoy milkshakes. I thought I was like trying to be myself for once, as opposed to like creating some persona and then like, shit, now I'm trapped in this persona until one of us dies or you break up with me. It took you to get me into therapy. But if I had been in therapy before then and I had been able to, if I had built the emotional maturity to say, I like you, we should go see a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Would you have liked me? What was it about me? Because again, I clocked you as cute and funny.
Yeah.
What was it about me that like set me apart from all the other weird whites at UCB?
Well, it was this. I remember one time we were hanging out after one of the comedy shows, sitting around the bar, and you said something about, you were like, well, when I was a professor, and I was like, when you were a what? And that like instantly, because at the time, not necessarily now, but at the time, you know, there a lot of that comedy scene was like 20 somethings who like were either just only doing comedy. You know what I mean? Like it was like, I want to do comedy, I want to be on SNL, or I want to write for TV. It was so single-minded. And people didn't have other stuff happening. And it was so rare to find somebody who wasn't just into something else, but had actually done something
Lived
else.
a life.
Lived a life. You know what I mean? You came to, because it's also like, you know, you can't have no young white boy who ain't lived through some shit. You got to come at me with a story to tell, bitch. Or else what we gonna do up in here? You know what I'm saying?
Quote Kids in the Hall sketches. What else?
Like, exactly, though. Like, that's what it had been. So I think that was part of it. And then I could tell, again, I mean, I'm of course I'm joking about the spectrum and stuff, but the point is, like, I could tell you were a nice boy. And I think that I wanted nice.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't seem, there was no swag to you. So it didn't seem like.
That could be a backhanded compliment, by the way.
No, but I don't want smooth. I don't want you
Once again.
You're
like, I want someone who's just like this, like, lump. Has no charisma, doesn't have any kind of ability to be charming in any way. Just this, like, slug, just, like, sliming out in front of me.
Stop making it sound awful. As you said, you were trying to be yourself at that time. And what I got the sense was that you weren't fake, you weren't bullshitting, you weren't trying to get me by being another kind of person.
Yo, what's up, girl? What's good? Like,
Ew.
not like that.
Ew. Like, if you had said that, I would have been like, ew, who is underneath that? You know? So that's what I mean. You know, I think the real breakthrough, right? We had a breakthrough where, like, so we were, like, hanging out, we're friends.
Yeah, we were.
Thing.
Well, there was, like, so this courtship goes on for a couple months, and we're just kind of just, like, circling the corpse of a romantic relationship like two vultures.
And
chomp,
then
chomp.
Finally, you invited me to a movie.
Yes. Well, there have been a couple movies, but this was like, I scored 2 free tickets to Alice in Wonderland, the one with Johnny Depp.
In
with
3D.
Noted wife beater Johnny Depp.
It was in 3D, though. At the time, we didn't note that. It was the record to show. At the time, we weren't like, let's go see noted wife beater Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But they were free tickets to the midnight showing of Alice in Wonderland, which I didn't really have an interest in seeing as much as I really like free shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like,
just to be clear, neither of us were like, gotta see it. It was free. We were both poor in New York. You take what comes to you when you're poor in New York.
Exactly. And it was like, a formal invitation on your part.
Yeah, for like in a British novel or something like that from the like late 1800s. My dear, would you do me the honor of attending this motion picture? I was trying to think of like what was the equivalent.
Like the
this
Nickelodeon?
theatrical production with me.
Yeah. But we saw Alice in Wonderland, and basically at one point we're sitting there and we're kind of whispering, and then I reach for Andy's hand. I just kind of tentatively take his hand.
This was the first romantic contact.
Yeah, like physical contact. And I hold his hand, and then we hold hands the entire movie. Okay? Runtime easily 2 hours. And we hold hands the entire time. And I knew the moment I was dead was when, what did you do? Say what you did, where I died.
So I'm like, oh, finally, this is we're holding hands. I'm really digging this. My mentality is very 1950s, right? Again, milkshakes, hand holding, a little smooch on the cheek, maybe. But it was the winter, and my nose was running, and so the tissue was in the pocket on the same side that we were holding hands. So instead of unholding hands, I reached over across my torso to get the tissue to dab very delicately at my nostrils.
That's when I knew I had him. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he was he contorted himself. He inconvenienced himself in the dark to maintain the grass.
Yes, I was a regular yoga head stretching around.
I was like, this is the 50s love I'm talking about, okay? And especially because it sounds so basic, but if you've ever dated grimy dudes or assholes or people who just try to get you into bed, something like hand holding and how there was no push for anything else. And it was just the comfort of that. It was this is what I always wanted. You know what I mean? I was to feel like a lady, to feel like a delicate flower. I feel seen for who I wish to be. You know what I mean? And again, see, it proves my point, though. Sweet boy.
Yeah.
Nice boy.
1950s boy. We went and got malted, went to a sock hop.
Exactly.
I got drafted into the Korean War.
And I waited for you. I
came back I stole someone's identity. Well, that's enough for that. There's so much more. There's so much more to go into, but we'll have to leave it for another episode. But first, before we get into the last set from our live show, why don't we hear a commercial? You up for that, Naomi?
I'm emotionally prepared for that commercial.
You up for some commerce?
Always.
All right, let's do it, folks. We'll see you on the other side.
What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker Eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life! As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Mm-hmm. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store. Welcome back.
Hey!
Here we are. You guys, we got another great set for you.
Very excited about this one. These guys are some of my favorites.
These are like little friend crushes of yours.
Going back to like when I first moved to New York.
Yeah, you guys, we got a great set from Henry and Jackie Zabrowski. They are siblings and 2 founding members of the sketch group Murder Fist.
Yeah!
Separately, they work as actors and comedians. Henry's appeared in Wolf of Wall Street, Heroes Reborn, Crashing, and co-hosts The Last Podcast on the Left. Jackie has appeared in the latest season of High Maintenance on HBO, is a regular on Last Podcast on the Left, and co-hosts her own podcast, Page 7.
I hope you guys love this as much as I do. Please, put your hands together for Henry and Jackie Zabrowski. Roll it!
Hello.
All right, we're fucking doing it, guys.
Just know for a fact, I'm Henry, she's Jackie. And I want to put one big rumor to rest right up here up top.
We don't have sex with
We
each
do
other?
not fuck. That is, I want to just say
Never.
that straight out. Because
Never,
for
ever.
some reason, when you're a brother and sister comedy duo, there's many, I don't know, just I guess it's an impulse to be like, kiss each other. And you don't seem to understand that defies all laws of any single thing that is decent in the world.
I think that's the whole thing, is that people are like, how can you play married couples all the time?
We do play married couples all the time.
We do.
But also because of the interior tension it creates, that when you know we're brother and sister, and then you see us playing husband and wife, it makes you feel sad. Like the weird kind of frozen look you have on your face. Like imagining like the two of us, because often, I mean,
You want to try? No, we won't.
I'm not fucking here.
I'm sorry.
This is, first of all, this is not Europe. We're not a part of one of those Antilia Lucci movies. What's the guy that did the movie The Dreamers?
I don't fucking know. Nanucci's?
Bertolucci's. Which sounds like a pizza that you can buy and make home in your house instead of delivery. I'm not being racist. But you, brother and sister, could have sex in those kinds of movies because that's art. And sketch is not art.
It's kind of art.
But not enough of an art that we can have live fucking on stage and then the audience would go, or just interesting, challenging.
It's just like watching Phantom Thread.
Phantom
so
Thread,
good,
White
is it?
People Problems, the movie. But we get that a lot because our last name is Zabrowski. We don't look that much alike.
No.
You got the good genes.
Thank God.
Because she's got the Italian skin. I got the Polish penis and all of the terrible...
I don't know what his penis looks like.
Thank
though,
you for
God.
saying that again. But she got all of the good genes.
Thank you.
You've got the sparkly eyes. You've got proportionate feet.
Are you hitting on me right now?
I'm
we
just
told
saying-
everybody we don't fuck.
I'm saying I was clarifying. But when we go places, they see you like, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Zabrowski, honeymoon suite. And it's just disgusting because you have to be like, we don't fuck each other, we don't do that.
But at the same time, we don't touch each other just like we are a married couple.
This is the most, we don't have sex with each other. We also now live with each other.
Oh man, it's a new development and it is fun, especially because Henry just got recently fianced. And I live with both of them. Try and have sex, you bastards.
It's not a constant challenge. I do feel that we were subtweeted at the beginning of this whole set saying the problem with fiance. And the thing is that now I'm enjoying saying fiance because you now have a new elevated life. And people say, when you say being like, this is my fiance, they go, oh, there's like a joy. But you know, technically, you're just bringing out their deepest, darkest sadness.
Of course.
Because especially if they don't have someone and they're just gripping at people, just like longing for in the night, just wondering when that special come one, someone is going to come, and the special come one is going to end up in your life. But the problem is that it doesn't happen for everybody. I'm not pointing at you specifically.
No, don't do this to
It
this
just
man.
doesn't
He probably
happen
does.
for everyone
You're
to
gonna
find
get
their
it. You
significant
got it.
other. Well, it's because Jackie, which is the fun little thing, which is why Jackie was a part of a 10-year relationship that just broke up, which caused her to live with me and my new fiance. So we are currently in the middle of an ABC Family pilot, which is not getting picked up.
Nobody wants to see me just like jumping on the trampoline and watching Vanderpump Rules, being like, "Hey, Henry, good morning."
Meanwhile, me and
Didn't fuck
Natalie,
last
my
night, did
fiance,
ya?
yeah, well, we did not fuck because the walls are surprisingly thin. Also, we had our time because we're fianced, so we drink a lot of white wine. We have a 6-pound dog. We sit and we live another life where we talk about what types of coffees we prefer. And Jackie's now newly single. She's out there trying to catch,
ripping it up.
because the term is catching Nanners.
Yeah.
Because she catches them Nanners.
Oh yeah, baby. I got my Nanners stickers and I slap them on the side of my bed.
But she's not catching any sort of Nanners because she's staying in my office. And so when she's there, right, it's fine. So we have a pretty, we actually get along really well.
We are, some might say, #besties.
#besties. We're really enjoying ourselves. We're having a good time in the house. We cook a lot. It's a lot of, I don't know why that is the term for getting along in the house.
A lot of steel drums.
But she's but the problem is she does struggle. Because
I don't struggle. Don't you worry.
I'm not saying you're not struggling to have sex. I know you could if you wanted to. The problem is that where she's staying in a house is our office, and me and my fiance are Satanists, and we celebrate ourselves. So a lot of stuff inside of our office, we have many pictures of ourselves up on the wall. So you walk in there, Jackie's trying to sleep in there, and it's just a picture of me. I play a demon on a show for Adult Swim, so it's me in full demon wear, just staring above her bed.
Right above my bed.
Yeah, and then my fiance was a tattoo model. She did a lot of that, so it's like her in a slinky, just like looking awesome on the thing. She tries to bring a suitor home. I use the term suitor, which also is not helping her catch the Nanners. Because my big thing is that the dude comes in, I want to see that fucking bank account. I want him to be $75K liquid at least.
For all of it the second they walk in the door. Henry's already stopped me from fucking once. That was rough.
No pores. I need someone that can contribute to the family. I want to be wooed. I want to be given gifts. I want to be taken care of. I want to go on fancy vacations. We don't do shit. No one you have ever dated has ever brought anything good to the table.
I'm trying. I'm going up. I'm going to start dating 60-year-olds. Then y'all see.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the daddy. If we get a new
we're getting daddies.
I want a brother daddy so bad.
Oh,
just somebody who can come and take care of some shit.
Man, I'll do it. See, that's my problem is because Brother Husbands is already taken on TLC. Has anyone seen Brother Husbands? That's what I want to do. I want to have multiple husbands, one wife, multiple husbands. Put in any hole I got. You're welcome to it.
I feel like the competitive behavior is going to shrink their Nanners.
No. Not if they're slightly homosexual, then they can all fuck each other.
So you're saying you want a cadre of gay men that fuck each other and then take turns fucking you so that you could call them your brother husbands, and then what do you get out of it?
Fun.
See, I feel I'm open to talking about sex with my sister.
Actually, we do. We're open.
We're fine. But so Jackie, she goes out about town because she needs to leave the house, right? Because we have our shows that we watch.
They can have sex every once in a while. I give them the windows of time they can have sex.
And we do. We run and we do, and we've gotten so fast and so quiet. It's like we're the Franks. Like in that little, like, we're just so shush, Anna, shush.
I'm pretty sure Anne Frank wasn't fucking up in that attic.
I don't know what she wanted to. Her body was changing. She's just disgusting. I know. I'm sorry. So we're sitting there late at night. Jackie has a habit. So Jackie does drink quite a bit, but she's enjoying herself. She's enjoying herself. It's not a problem yet. I don't think it's a problem yet. So when we go out, I know when Jackie has gone sort of like blackout because the body's moving, but the eyes become like open dead windows. Like if you look at have you ever seen pictures of the Amityville house and you look at those two pictures on the side of it, that's what her eyes look like.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm always smiling. So that means something.
It is nice. She doesn't strike anybody. But you tried to bring a man home and it came in the middle of the night and the door I just heard the at the door, the drunk like.
What are you?
So I'm sitting in my underwear with my dog right next to my penis, which is my favorite. I'm not saying it's not sexual. Natalie was out of town. The dog was just slitting right here.
It wasn't sexual, Wendy. It's pure.
We're intimate because we're cuddles with the dogs. The dog's just going to cuddle in your crotch sometimes because it's the warmest part of you. And so we're sitting there. I'm in my boxers. I'm watching my Unabomber show, the new Manhunter show, which is like, why is he so fucking hot? Like, Unabomber should not be cut. Like,
he's
he
looking
looks
good,
too good,
though, baby.
But he looks too good. Thank you. I walk in. All of a sudden, I hear fumble the door, open it up, And the dude that she was with, who was a nice man, I guess had just brought her home from the bar. And she came in just like, and he saw me just sitting on the couch, and I just went like, hey, buddy, how you doing? He was like, good. I was like, so you're going to go now, right? Yeah. He just laughed, and I just laughed. I just laughed and laughed and laughed.
You know those days when you wake up with a great shame you can't quite place? It was that.
Because your brother saw the end of your night. Which is the saddest part of the night.
And he always sees it. But I'm really looking forward to your wedding, though, and I think that I'm just excited because I've got a lot of ideas for this wedding. As sister, roommate, I've got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And I really want to sing All My Life by Casey and JoJo, and he keeps telling me that that's not going to be their song. But what other song can you have as a wedding song?
The problem is that the song keeps popping up on Sirius XM, and so to a point where it's now becoming that it is going to be our song.
All my life, I pray for someone like you. I thank God that
I finally found you in all my life.
I pray for someone like you,
and I hope that you do love me too. Thank you very much. Hail Satan. Y'all are lovely.
Welcome back, my friends.
Henry and Jackie.
Baby.
Oh, I love a Casey and JoJo rap. Let's bring Casey and JoJo back.
I was thinking, Naomi, we are eventually going to get married.
Yeah. Soon.
And it's weird because you and I was talking on someone else's podcast last week, and I'm like, oh, you and I are like, there's almost no intersection between the music we like. Well, actually, I like stuff that you like. You like Beyonce and Lin-Manuel Miranda. And like, there's crossover there where I'm like, yeah, Lemonade is objectively a great album.
Right.
But if I put on like Superchunk, you would, I was about to say, throw the CD player out the window as if we still have CD players.
I love that idea. But actually, you like only play Superchunk on CD. Do you know what I mean? You're like, well, I need the CD player for this.
You would drag iTunes to the garbage. I guess that's so I was like trying to think of like if there, what would be the crossover for our wedding song?
It would have to be like an indie rock cover of like an R&B song.
So Superchunk's cover of Say My Name.
I will not take those vocals.
You would legitimately hate it.
I would die over the vocals.
You would 100% legitimately hate that song. I love it.
I know you do. I know. And honestly, I respect you.
Yeah.
I respect your interests.
Yeah.
And that's why God invented headphones, so you could do that.
Yeah. What about a ska song that is both white and black? Like Boss Tones? Where did you go? Where did you go?
Ew. And then what if you wore one of those suits?
The checkered suits that I'm skanking down the aisle?
I would run. I would literally run away bride you. I would run away bride you immediately.
Would you skank running away?
I don't even know how to skank.
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Well,
don't tell me.
I'll teach you the dance later on. Do you pick it up this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Honestly, that was the best accent work I've ever heard from you.
Oh, thank you. Well, hey, Luke Cage season 3, look me up.
If you guys have any suggestions for some songs, holler at us on the socials, baby.
Oh, yeah. Please tweet at us at Naomi and Andy. That's the handle for the show. And also, of course, on Twitter, Naomi is at Blacktress and I'm at Andy Beckerman.
If you want to come to a live show and find out those dates, visit couplestherapypod.com.
Yeah, it's usually the first Saturday of the month at the Virgil, and also probably New York at some point, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, if you're on Instagram, please follow us at Couples Therapy Pod, and we'll have awesome photos for your scrolling fingers to hit like.
Double tap. All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Peace.
Couples therapy. Couples therapy.
Hey, Matt.
What's up, Joel? Money is a boring topic, right?
Typically, that's true, but we're all about changing that stereotype.
That's why we started this podcast, How to Money.
No doubt.
Too many people avoid talking about money issues to their detriment. So whether you have no idea what a credit score is or you're thinking about investing in the stock market or real estate, check out our show.
Every week, we have money conversations that matter to help smooth your path to making better financial decisions.
Be sure to listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Just search for How to Money.